Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. I'm Ema Melanphy, Reiki Emma, and I'm joined today by Tanvir, the holistic home healer. This is a continuation of our absolutely fascinating discussion last time, which is all about house healing. So yes, Tanvir, would you like to introduce yourself to people who maybe haven't already watched this channel before?
Hi, thank you, Ema, for having me. Yeah, I'm a holistic home healer, and we are talking on house healing aspect. So if you missed our previous session, there will be a link in the description. Please check that below. And yep, you can proceed on.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, so last time we looked at the basics of house healing and learned a bit about the different elements that are incorporated in a typical house healing session. So yes, this is something we slightly touched on last time, but Tanvir, what could be some of the side effects of house healing for a person?
Very good question, Hema. So probably in the last session, we give a little bit glimpse. So there are no particular type of impact on health or something else, but what generally people faces that there have some emotional shift, because what's happened when we are clearing a home or a person, it is like we are clearing certain kind of detrimental energy which was used to hold back that particular person. So that person is used to being with that sort of energies, and he or she might be get comfortable with that sort of energies, though it was dragging him or her behind and not letting be prosperous or showing the full potential what that person can achieve. But when that kind of energy is removed or balanced in a certain way to increase some other activities to make a shift so that that particular person, what they're wanting. So just let me give you an example. So if a person wants, I want fame, we heal the home, we treated the home in a certain way to attract the abundance of fame or this sort of things. So you can expect that that particular person also need to go through some similar type of activities that person needs to take care of. If it is like, some want to be a fame in media, so that means they need to take some initiative to go in front of the media, talk. So that might not be the initial mental state for that particular person to be adopted, and he or she might feel a little bit awkward initially. So that kind of shifts happen after the healing is performed on a home. So it might be emotional, or it might be, sometimes a person feel a emptiness, a loneliness, that something is missing. Yeah, they're missing that particular detrimental energy which we clear. So that thing might be missing. So that sort of things a person can experience. But apart from that, I haven't heard any kind of complaint that some people get sick or, some people might serious issues. So I haven't heard about those sort of things yet. Yep. Do you have any experience on that?
Not so much on clearing the space, but yeah, I think when it comes to change, any kind of change, but positive change is really what energy work's all about and healing is about. Change always involves a period of grief. We have to let go of what we've been used to, what's been our reality day in, day out. Our homes and the spaces we inhabit are kind of almost like an extension of ourselves and our energies. They are very kind of personal and important to us. So any kind of change is going to be difficult. And actually the fact that I think sometimes for people, when they want positive change to happen, they look for it, they make it happen, or they take action to invite that positive change in. when that change occurs, they maybe feel guilty for feeling grief or sadness or loss. And it is loss. And it's important to allow ourselves to feel these emotions and to process them, because otherwise we'll be judging ourselves and carrying it around. And that's going to be an unhelpful kind of energy. It's kind of a purging process. We have to change as well as our lives and our environments. That's kind of what came forward to me whilst you were talking as well, Tanvir.
Right.
So yeah, it's healing not just for the space, but for us, and we need to make sure that we take care of our own healing when we're making wider changes in our lives and our environments, don't we? I think.
The same thing I was trying to explain. Yeah, you're
Yes.
spot on.
Thank you. Yes. So
Yeah.
reiterating what you'd said, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I have another question, if that's okay. So Tanvir, what are the different types of house healing services that are out there? You mentioned in the last session that you make use of things like Reiki, angelic Reiki, and dowsing, and Vashtu. And you said that other people make use of different tools. So how does that translate into different types of service, different types of package for different clients from your experience?
Yeah, thanks, Ema. That's a very nice question. So the thing is, let me go in a different track. It would be more easier to explain. So let's, for now, just stick with the domain which we haven't explored yet. So only the house healing. So there are different kind of aspect. House healing is a subdomain of geomancy. So it's coming from reading the energies of land or some particular spaces. And then it's also divided in some other aspect, because people like us generally focus on the energy aspect, that whether there are any kind of ley line is there, or whether there are any kind of water line is crossing there, because the water line, some sinkhole, these sort of things are quite detrimental for that particular inhabited who are inside that home. And if they're spending most of their time, like they're sleeping on a bed and there is a water line is going beneath the bed, then that particular person may have some health issues. So we're focusing on that particular type of things. Yeah.
I have a question. So, for example, in somewhere like Manchester, which has a lot of it has a lot of cabins and underground holes, really big ones, and you sometimes get big holes appearing in the road and things like that because of the way the earth's formed. Does that have a negative impact on the whole city?
Yeah,
the whole area?
the thing is, yeah, definitely there are some impacts, but it depends on the energy of that particular person, because sometimes a detrimental energy might not be affected on a particular person due to kind of energy balancing sort of things. So we are always treating if that particular person is having some issues. So if even if we found certain type of things which might be detrimental for that particular person, but it is not affecting, so we are not doing any change of that particular thing, because it means that that thing's already been balanced with that particular person. So if you're going to make any change, then it might the scenario might be different. So
Yeah.
so
If it's already harmonized, don't shift it and put it into this harmony. Yeah.
what is beneficial for that particular person? So it's not beneficial for us. So I want to say one story. So it is like I want to see a book. So it is a very good book from Adrian Weber. So Heal Your Home. So it's a very good book. So the author of that book, Adrian, saying a story. So one of his student was doing dowsing and find a detrimental line in the home for a particular client. And then what happened, when he treated that thing, the client called him again that nothing changed. and the thing is something get worse. And when nothing was working, his mentee consult with Adrian that what is happening over there. So he just asked that particular, that mentee that what he did. So I have figured out there is a this sort of detrimental line beneath the ground, and I treated it. So he just asked, did you ask whether that detrimental line is detrimental for that particular person is not, or whether it is detrimental for you? So, so yeah, it's like the same thing. We need to figure it out that if we found a symptom which matches with those sort of things, then we proceed on. And a similar thing which you have asked, that there might be a certain kind of underground passes or these sort of things, whether there are any kind of impact. So there is a possibilities of impact, but it's also depends on the person, whether he or she already balanced with that sort of energies or not.
Yeah. And that made me think, that makes me think of the fact that it's so true with healing people as well, isn't it? Quite often we'll find something as an energy healer, and it's very easy to say, I felt this at this place, so that means this, because in the chakra system this means this, or because I've been taught that this means this, or this meant this for another client, so I'm going to tell you that this is what you need to do. It's not necessarily the case. That information could be something totally different. It could be something particular to that client. It could be something to do with a totally different energy system, or something that you just don't understand. So we always need to be really mindful that there's no one size fits all with any kind of healing. It's very much dependent on the individuals that we are working with them for, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. So fantastic. So yes. So the different types of house healing services out there, what exactly are the options for people? What different sorts of house healing services are there?
Yes. So the thing is, people like us focuses on that type of particular domain, that how the energies is balanced or not. There are some specialty on figuring out the spirit energies. We also do kind of clearing the spirit energies, but there are some other house healers. They're more focused on the demonic energies or these sort of things.
Is that quite popular? Did they get a lot of? There are a lot of people looking for people.
I mean, sometimes people mixed it up with exorcism, but it is not. So it is a little bit different type of things, but they generally do their addressing, pinpoint that what type of energies, intelligence energies especially, was there, and how that thing affecting that particular client. And if it's a kind of demonic energies, and probably they have some different kind of healing mechanism for them to clear it up. So it is like more specialized. So if you are just thinking what we do, we are kind of a GP, general practitioner. So we are figuring out that what kind of things is going on the particular clients is not, and how we get it. And if we need to, if we figure it out that, there is something much more specialty domains help needed, then we refer our client to that particular kind of house healer who can handle it properly.
Great. So how long does a typical house healing session last, Tanvir?
So do you mean how long does it take to perform the...
So if somebody booked you in, how long would the appointment be?
It depends actually. So to me, when I take a client, before booking a phone call or Zoom call or in presence, consultation, what I generally do, read those things which I have asked that particular client to give me. So it first of all, what's the problem he or she is going through, and then I also take a look about their birth chart if they're open to provide me their date of birth or time of the location, these sort of things. And then I take the astrological aspect, and then I look at the design or the layout of the home. So it is a quite extensive process. So sometime it takes more than 3 to 4 hours to complete a full project apart from the consultation. So to me, it is like a kind of 8 hours or a full day project to complete the whole aspect along with a phone call. So yeah, and the thing is, sometimes it might be short because sometimes clients don't want to clean their home. They just want to consult about they're in a dilemma that what should they do or not. Then I do consult on that particular things based on my intuitive guidance of what I get from the divine. So no kind of healing is needed then. So it quite depends on what service they're asked for. But generally, if it's a house healing type of projects and it's that particular person need a full report. So to me, the full report is a 50 heading section. So 50 heading section means we will check 50 points that whether those things are aligned or balanced or not. And then we treat it as per the matching symptom. And sometimes it is clients say that, okay, I don't have that sort of budget, so I need a short report. So we go for the top 10 short report, top 10 issues which we need to point it out based on our intuitive guidance that what kind of things we need to figure it out now. So then we make the short report. So it takes around 3 hours, I think. So yeah, but the thing is, making a short report is also very exhaustive and extensive process. My intention is to help people, so it's not like sometime like whether he or she can pay or not, but it's always good to help someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that sounds like quite an arduous and tough process for you. A full day, would that all be in one sitting, or would that be broken up into different sessions?
Yeah, different sessions. So full days means I just mentioned that it's an 8-hour session. So if I have multiple projects going on, then I break it into chunks and set that particular type of things as per my availability. So yeah.
Okay, it sounds very in detail, very in depth.
Right. Yeah. Especially when you are balancing the vast stuff of things, because we need to figure it out that whether the direction is there is any cut, or is it the zone extended zone is making any kind of impact or not. So these sort of things are needed to be sorted. So yeah, that's you'd be wondered. So sometime my teacher from whom I have learned Vastu, so for him it takes around few weeks to sort out certain kind of Vastu consultancy, because generally they used to do big type of project like doing Vastu for a factory or this sort of things. So, and they're charging quite high, probably sometime it is 15 to 20 grand. So yeah.
Yeah, you've got to price yourself right. It's not a charity, is it? It's and whilst it's good to help people, regardless of whether they can afford your normal price or not. It's important to be able to support yourself, because you've undertaken a lot of time and effort and development and money to do your training and to get to where you are, haven't you?
it's always like energy exchange fees. So we're and we always need to. Sometimes people think that okay, he's doing some spiritual service that should be free, or then after start that. No, uh, even if we do those type of things for free, it will not work because we are not taking the energy exchanging fees. That means it's a kind of free things, and when it's a free things, then generally what I have seen, it's it's not works.
No,
So
no, and
my personal experience, I can say that. So a fee is always needed, whatever it is.
absolutely. And it means that the person can open-heartedly receive it because they don't feel on any level that they're getting something for nothing or being unfair. And also there's the fact that, kind of it's living isn't free. So we do need to pay the bills. So you'd end up with only people doing it. If it was all free, you'd end up with the only people being healers are the ones who don't have to work, wouldn't you? So anyway, right. So that leads us on to the cost for house healing. How much would the different kind of packages normally cost, Tanvir?
So it depends on practitioner to practitioner. So what I generally charge our client might not be feasible for other practitioner, and it's keep changing. So what I will suggest that if someone is very much interested, then look at the website. The price is already mentioned there because it is keep updating. I don't know whether our viewers is watching this video from the time, so it might be a year or 2 years later, so it might change. But generally, the practitioner mentioned their price plan in their website. So go to their website and definitely we'll figure it out a ballpark figure over there, because most of the time it should be a ballpark figure because we ourselves, we don't know that how much we need to charge. If we can see that, okay, a very little stuff needs to done for the particular person, then why charge them so large? So yeah, figure it out going through the website.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, that's all really enlightening and really fascinating stuff. Thank you so much, Tanvir. I think we're going to have to wrap up for today, and but we'll be back again soon, viewers, and we'll be looking at more fascinating insights into house healing and learning all about that modality. So thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today, Tanvir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.